A-Trak's in the building.
What's up?
A-Trak's in the building.
That's the thing I do.
You're supposed to say what's up again. Bro.
What's up?
First of all, we've known each other a while, but I got to tell you something, man. You, and if I haven't told you this before, I'm going to tell you right now. You're one of my most favorite DJs ever in life.
Thank you so much.
Real talk. And I've always, you know, when I've seen you live, it's like, damn. And I see, you know, the Instagram videos. Every time I watch something that you do, I'm like, why didn't I think to do that? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you're like, man, I could have did that, and I could have been, man, why did? And what I mean by that is I can't do a lot of things that you do, but the ideas that you have are amazing.
Thank you.
Real talk.
Thanks
man.
so much.
And then obviously you know the respect that I have for you as a producer.
Thank you.
And I guess I want to segue into and get right into what's going on with the new stuff, man. Give everybody a sneak peek of what you're doing and what your new sound, the new thing is.
So with me, there's always a lot of things at the same time because I have one foot in hip hop, one foot in house music, and I'm just kind of always jumping between. The latest couple of things that came out for me, I have a single called "Work It Out." It's kind of a soulful disco house. If there's fans of Duck Sauce, for example, which is some of my work, you might enjoy that one. So check out Work It Out now. And I have a remix for Axwell out now. And I do have a whole hip-hop project with one of my favorite rappers ever that's coming out quite soon, but I just can't quite announce it just yet. I'm sorry. But there's something coming very soon there. And then this whole year, I'm very much into that. I'm in that soulful zone as much for the hip hop beats that I'm making as with the house stuff. There's a lot of just that earthy soul, the samples, that real feeling.
And you know, you have a fan base that's you know, hip hop, but EDM, but house, that, you know, earthy. You know, you have such a well-rounded. When growing up, what were some of your influences? And I have some sort of an idea, but I want you to get detailed. Like, if you had to name the 3 biggest influences for you as artists and DJs, who would that be?
Jazzy Jeff.
Bingo.
Jay Dilla. Daft Punk.
Wow. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
He's got 3 different lanes that he has, and he just did 3 different.
And Jeff could play hip hop as much as he plays house.
It's crazy.
You know?
Crazy.
But, you know, I could say DJ Premier, I could say Q-Tip and A Tribe Called Quest. And then a lot of what I touch, you know, when I work with Kanye, in a sense, people in those years, Ye was seen as the second coming of A Tribe Called Quest. I've always been,
I want my 20 back because I paid him 20 to say Felly fell somewhere in there, but he didn't.
Yeah.
That's a good segue. Let's discuss a little bit. How were those years with Kanye? Because, you know, you DJ'd for him, you were on the road for him, with him, I should say. What was that like?
Well, so that was a long time ago. I worked with him from college dropout up until right after graduation, so 04 to 08. It's been 10 years already, but so those years, even for what I was doing, what he was doing, what was going on in the scene, it was a transformative time. A lot of the scenes were like mingling and meeting for the first time.
Bridging the gaps.
Yeah, because even in the DJ scene, you used to never run into a big house producer, or even as a turntablist coming up, I didn't really know. Yeah, even as a turntablist, I didn't know the radio DJs. Everything was in different buckets. And those years was when you started having open format DJs and hip hop DJs dropping house, and you know, all those connections happening, and MySpace was bringing everything together. So that was also the foundation for Fool's Gold, and a lot of what I've done since.
Remind me to get your MySpace so we can stay in touch.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. But ever since then, that's been kind of like my whole mission is to bring those worlds together, you know.
Well, you've done it, and it shows with some of the features you've had on some of your, you know, later records and some of your more recent records. If there was one hip hop artist that sticks out more than any over the years that you haven't had a chance to do a feature, you know, do a record with, who would that be?
Maybe Ghostface.
Wow.
Man, did you see that Wu-Tang documentary that just came out?
I have not, but I'll tell you a funny thing. Ghostface reached out to me about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And we chatted for a minute. We go way back.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Ghostface fan.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that you say that.
I love Ghost. And I've had him. He performed at Fool's Gold events. And by the way, if you've never been to Fool's Gold event, keep an eye out. Fool's Gold's my label with brands, but also we do these festivals. And yeah, I know Ghost, but we just haven't done a record. And talk about soulful.
Ghostface record would be dope.
Talk about soulful.
Because he's a soulful dude. Like if everybody, if you're not a Ghostface fan or you're not that familiar, go listen, especially if you like soulful music, because he's always, he's known for rapping over old school samples that actually have vocals in it.
He'll rap over the whole record from beginning to end, over the bridge and everything. And really, I love to see some of the new talent, a lot of the Dreamville guys, for example. Shout out to my homie JID. He's one of my favorite rappers right now. I feel like some of those guys are bringing that soul sample forward.
JID definitely is.
The
whole Dreamville camp.
Yeah.
And J. Cole, obviously, he's always got some type of soulful something going on in his songs. And well, man, I can't wait to hear the new music. And what is there anything that you wanted to end this off with? Something that maybe people don't know? I mean, I guess
I would just say, look, when I saw the flyer for this, when you guys put me on this show, I was like, damn, I'm the only DJ on this thing. And I like to bring DJing to new places, and I like to bridge the gaps and get people's attention on DJing. And if you're a fan of DJing, I'm just going to end off by saying that there's a DJ competition that I organize in New York called the Goldie Awards. Anybody from around the world can enter. We're going to open it up in June, so just wait a couple weeks, keep an eye out. But the Goldie Awards is the new battle for DJs and producers to get on, and that's been a big part of my mission in the last few years also, is just to use my platform. I travel the world and play festivals and clubs and make relationships, and I try to use those relationships and shine a light on the stuff that I care about. I care about our culture, DJing, so keep an eye out for that.
Goldie Awards coming. You know what I'm saying? It's similar. It's like the modern day DMC. I'm assuming something along those lines.
Yeah,
a little more versatile.
Yep.
Got it.
Even like people can use any piece of equipment they want. They can use controllers, whatever they want.
Samplers and the whole nine.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's when I see you do that, bro. It's like when I'm in the studio. Sometimes I've always, you play with your sampler and you're like, ooh, you come up with little melodies with a sample.
Yeah.
And so when I saw you, you were really innovative and a pioneer of, no pun intended, using a sampling mixer and incorporating that with your turntable skills.
Yeah, because we all have that thought on some, like, this could work live, but then to actually try it out, I had to formulate it a little bit.
And before the sampling mixers came out, I would do it with the cue buttons. Yeah. And it wasn't the same because it wouldn't stop. You couldn't cut off the what I'm saying. And all you DJs know what we're talking about. So that's interesting. The Goldie Awards. Yep. It's going to be on. Do you have a date and a time and a place?
October. It's I'm going to announce the date soon, but it's in October in New York, and people can enter from anywhere in the world. They'll just send videos. Like, it's
how can a DJ, for the DJs that are watching, get involved?
The easiest is if you either follow me on all socials as ATRAK, A-Trak, or Goldie Awards, GOLDIE Awards. Follow either of those on socials, and then we'll have all the announcements in the next couple weeks.
There it is. I mean, hopefully for you, I'm not gonna enter that contest.
Might have to teach a couple lessons.
A-Trak, y'all.
Thank you.